Hi friends, good evening and good morning to all of you. So in this video we'll discuss about how any of the data warehouse or data lake project runs. So what are the tools and technology generally they are using in day-to-day activities? Okay, there might be some lift and shift here and there, but most of the projects are running basis of these technologies. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about whenever any of the data warehouse or data lake projects, so generally what we are doing there in those projects, basically we are picking data from different sources. Okay, our sources might be CSV file, Excel file. There might be some data from API also. Okay, and also we might be getting data from some SQL Server, DB2, any of the source. There might be different n number of sources from where we are supposed to get any of the data. Okay, now after picking those data, generally what we are doing, we are supposed to perform ETL or ELT activities. Okay, yeah, so okay, ETL it means like after extracting the data, generally we are doing. Sometimes we are doing transformation if it's data warehouse, if it's data lake. Generally nowadays we are doing ELT, extract, load, and transform. Okay, so and after that, what we are doing after making some time of transformation, we are loading the data into our database, or we can say the data warehouse. Okay, and on top of that, generally what we are doing, we are using some reporting tool. Now let's talk about tools. So if I talk about for ETL or ELT activity, generally in most of the project, like we are using Informatica. So nowadays, if you say Informatica, a Power Center, or nowadays it has been moved to cloud. We are using IACS, Informatica Cloud, or Data Stage. It's a product of IBM. It's a Snap Logic. Okay, or there might be some other tools also. If I talk about database or for data warehousing thing, generally what we are doing, we are using Oracle. Okay, or we can in some projects it can be used SQL Server, Snowflake, Databricks. So different type of things can be used. Okay, if I talk about reporting tool, so in reporting tool, generally what we are doing, we are using Power BI, Tableau, or OS. Okay, and now one more thing. So once all the data has been loaded, reporting has been done, everything has been done. So what we need some orchestration. Tool means like at which time our I can say that ETL activities should get performed. Okay, it's a scheduling tool, you can say that. For scheduling basically we are using control M, autosys. Okay, airflow, all things we are using. Now apart from this, so these are just tools. Now in you can find in each and every project generally different, definitely there would be some Unix environment. Okay, so that's why you should be aware about shell scripting also. You are supposed to get aware about these things. Okay, and apart from that, definitely there might be some, I cannot say that too much extensive use of Python, but definitely they would be using some scripting purpose. Python will get used now. So these are just tools and technologies. Now apart from that, for storing their code into some repository, so definitely they would be using some github just for github just for repository purpose. So it means whatever your tools which you are having, whether it's a Informatica code or SQL Server database code, all type of code activities, definitely you have to save somewhere your code. Okay, so generally what we are using, we are using GitHub. Okay, after that, generally what we are doing, once our coding has been done, our code has been moved to different life cycles. So at the end we are using Jenkins. So what is the use of Jenkins? So Jenkins we are basically using for deployment purpose. It means whenever you have to move your code from dev environment to set environment, UAT environment, prod environment. Okay, so for those things we are creating different pipelines. Generally for Jenkins thing, generally DevOps people are doing. Okay, DevOps people are supposed to get the pipelines, but how to run the pipeline, how to deploy your code from one environment to environment, each and every one of us should get aware about these things. Okay, we will discuss in detail about these things. Okay, these are just overview. So let's talk about another tool, we call it Putty. So it means, as I have discussed about Unix server or Python server, to connect this server via some command line we are using Putty. Okay, so also from VRecipe also does the same things, but with the help of some UI thing. So I think these are that's all from this video. So basically, in this video my goal was to make you aware about like what are the different things, running in any of the live projects, okay? Because this video is basically not for the very experienced person, this is just for college students. Whenever they watch this video, they could understand, okay, you are not supposed to just focus on, okay, I know uh, this type of technology. It means any of the project doesn't run on any on the single technology. My goal is just to explain you these things, okay? So all of us should be aware about each and every technologies nowadays, okay? So the projects or company they are expecting, you are supposed to aware about all these things, not for the single thing only. That's all.